Welcome to the High Performance Disciple podcast. My name is Gareth Morgan, and my goal is to help you close the gap between your God-given potential and your daily performance. What I do is I explore the explosive combination of timeless spiritual principles and high performance practices that will enable you to take control, to be courageous, and to release the greatness that is in you. This conversation is designed to help high achieving, high impact leaders, entrepreneurs, athletes, and pioneers turn fear into faith, confusion into clarity, frustration into focus, and stress into strategy. If you enjoy what you hear, I would love for you to like it, to subscribe, to comment, and share it with others that you believe in. Here's today's conversation. Welcome to another episode of the High Performance Disciple podcast. Over the next few episodes, we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to let you in on an in-person event that I hosted and ran called Different. And the goal of this event was to call together change leaders, change makers, those who wanted to take their businesses, organizations, their careers, their gifts, talents, and skills, and to maximize them to bring their highest contribution to make a change in this world. Now, those that attended this event were not necessarily people of faith. They were people of all different backgrounds and beliefs, but they all had this common center, that they really wanted to build a legacy. And I asked them a question, and it's this question that is the backdrop to 10 keys that I gave, and we're going to look at those keys over the next few episodes. We're going to break it down and really, get you to think about these principles that I deliver, especially in the light of a new year and a new opportunity, a fresh canvas to start to make a difference, to paint a vision of a future that we want to pursue. And so that question that I gave was this: in what way 500 years from now will people be thankful that you were alive? It's a big question, isn't it? It's not the kind of question that we ask ourselves, but it's a question I think we have to ask if we want to move from building a good life, as I talk about, in isolation, to a great life in synchronization. In other words, coming together with other change makers and change leaders to think about the difference that we want to make and the legacy that we want to leave. So I hope you enjoy this episode and the next few episodes as we unpack 10 keys to a different future. I posed the question, 500 years from now, in what way will the world be thankful that you were alive? Probably not the question that you woke up with this morning, or any normal person wakes up with. But the questions we ask ourselves create the vision for our lives. If we ask ourselves a small question, we have a small vision. And so what happens is, when I just build my vision around me, my family, those that I love, and that isn't bad, and it should and must include them. They are our first responsibility. But if our vision only goes to those limits, then essentially we build in a form of isolation. And we can build a great life in isolation. I'm not talking about isolation as in you don't talk to people and you become some kind of hermit and you can't stand anybody, you can't stand people. But what I'm talking about is the conversations only go so far. They literally only skim the surface. Men particularly, we're great at shallow conversations. You've left me hanging. You're all like, no. We're good at deep and meaningful conversations, Gareth. You're alone. Now, I know what you're like. And you know what? Today, I'm hopefully going to create a little bit of frustration, a little bit of discomfort, but my motive is purely this, because I want your vision to move from a vision which is a good vision of potential isolation to synchronization for the sake of those who are going to be living 500 years from now? Who thinks that's a great journey to go on today? Great, excellent. Okay, cool. Well, find a bigger reason for change. I'm going to give you 10 keys, and I want you to listen to the keys because in a short while I'm going to ask you to discuss on your tables which of the 10 particularly challenged your thinking and caused you to maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable, okay? Or inspired, however you want to see it, okay? But a different future, find a bigger reason to change. Number one, the principle is this: the future is hidden for me, not from me. You know, when you book a holiday, what are the things that go through your mind? What are the questions that you're asking yourself? Come on, shout out at me. I want to get you talking because this is a conversation, not just one way, it's two-way. What do you think of when you book a holiday? Come on.
Are they going to go bust?
Are they? That is definitely now the number one question, Ben. You're absolutely right. Am I actually going to get to go on holiday? Very good question. Somebody else?
Cheaper deals.
Cheaper deals. Can I get this cheaper elsewhere? Excellent, Atul. Somebody else? Are the kids going to feel comfortable? That's spoken by a true mother, Susanna. Are the kids going to feel comfortable? Because if they're not going to feel comfortable, then we're not going to feel comfortable. Absolutely. Somebody else? Is it safe where I'm going? Absolutely, yeah. Safety, security. Somebody else? What's the weather going to be like? Raise your hand if that is quite critical to your decision making. Okay, that's the one I was going. Oh, they were great questions. Some of you are making notes about your holidays right now, which is great. That's hopefully enlightened you. Tick that one off the top one. But what's the weather going to be like? What do we try and do? We try and think, where's the place that's going to have the sunshine at the right time of year? How can I book it at the right time to get the best maximum exposure to the sun and avoid the rain? Yes? That's what we do. It's like we've got this vision of this picture of rest, reflection, everything that we hope our holiday to be. And so we're almost just trying to hedge our bets if we can land ourselves in the right place at the right time. Do you know what? I think that's how we treat vision in our lives. We almost see vision as it's something out there that we're trying to get a hold of. And if I can just position myself just right, then maybe I can get at the right time, in the right place, I can land a great life for me, my family, my children. And it's almost like it's something that is outside of us. You see, when that becomes your belief, it influences all your choices when it comes to vision, direction, choice in career and business. But what if the truth was that actually your future is hidden in you and it's not out there for you to find? That it's not actually hiding from you, but it's hidden for you. That becomes a whole different ballgame. Because all of a sudden now, I can just rest a little bit and realize my life isn't in the hands of another travel company or a climate that is outside of my control. All of a sudden we move from a state of fear of what if I miss it and I miss out, to actually a place of faith, in other words, a place of certainty that, well, it's in here, so I'm not going to lose it. I've just got to discover it and discern it. Well, I really hope you enjoyed that first part of our session. And make sure that you tune in for the next episode where we're going to unpack more keys about how we release the future that is inside of you that is trying to get out. A future far bigger than you could even imagine right now. A future to make a difference, to make an impact. And of course, I believe a future that God Himself has put inside of you. Until next time, let's take control. Let's be courageous. Let's release greatness. See you soon. I hope today's episode was helpful to you. You can get more by subscribing to my channel And I have more content and tools that can help you on your journey if you'd like to head over to garethmorgan.tv. Remember, today and every day you are a champion, and there is more in you than you think.